What it is, y'all? It's your old boy Pilkett. We are back with more danchro, and of course, Uncharted Battlefield is back. So let's kind of jump into this event. Now, per usual, what we'll do is we'll kind of cover like every single. We'll say every single. I think last time we skipped a step or two, but you kind of get the basic idea. If you go down the line here, you get a quick feel for how this is going to go. So, if I go to take it on here, the first two, per usual. Those two, you could just kind of use whatever unit. Now, remember, your goal here is to basically just squeak by with the bare minimum. So when it comes to battle number one, I'll go ahead and run battle number one again. Literally, what I did is I just ran solo SR Bell. That's it. SR Bell and SR Hestia. That's it. Just those two. Nothing more, nothing less. Now, I can already kind of tell a lot of people that maybe aren't accustomed to this game mode or whatever are probably going, how? Because they don't have any items. They don't have any scene cards. It's just Bell and his assist. That is it. Here's the thing, guys. Every item you use in every level is now locked down. So if I use my best team for this, that means that later on in the fight, I can't use that team again, let alone the scene cards or the items or any of that, right? So right now, since this is the early levels, this is like the easy mode essentially, I want to try to get away with the least units possible. Now, just an SR Bell is a bit of a stretch. And, you know, we might take an unlucky hit or whatever. As you can see there, Hestia does heal him. But if we do take an unlucky hit and we kind of, you know, don't make it out of the dungeon, then I can always restart and try again. We are here at the boss, though. We are pretty low on health, but we should have Hestia back up in just a moment. There you go, Bell. The one big downside to this game mode is, to put it simply, it is all auto. Like, it is just pure auto battle. Come on, Bell. Get out of there. Don't take the... Okay. So, see, like, Bell took the L there. Now, in fairness, I've already beaten this with just that unit. You can see he's pretty close there. He just took a couple of unlucky hits. My recommendation is if you can't beat this with just the SR Bell and the SR Hestia, maybe put like an item on him or something, but really don't go any further than that. I would put like a crap item on him and just let him do the bare minimum and move on. Now, at the point I'm at here with battle number 2, I kind of still want to use as few units as possible. And that kind of brought me to using this team here. I've got the SR Welf with the SR Lily and SR Mikoto with SR Haruhime. Now, them alone, they weren't really strong enough to handle it, so I put some really low-end scene cards on them and just some low-end items, right? And once again, they were able to go through it. Now, if I'm honest here, I don't see myself really using too many SR items and too many NC cards later on down the road. So I don't think this was a huge loss, if I'm totally honest. But they were able to beat that event. Okay, I won't say they were the best at it, but they did a job. But now I've got to beat battle number 3. Now, if I go down here, I want to start planning this out, right? Battle number 3 is all red. And I've got one more red fight coming up on Battle 11. So I want to keep 3 of my fire units available for that final fight. And I don't want too much cross-pollination. This is only Battle 3. It really shouldn't be that big of a deal. So let's build a quick team for this. Now, to do so... Oh, that team is really good. What I'll do is I will just go ahead and borrow this team. We'll remove her. We'll remove her, and I'll replace Bell. Now, I've got my fire units up here, and I kind of already know that I pretty much want to use Bell. Probably, if I'm honest, not Mikoto. Probably, man, that's the original Bell. I definitely want to use this Welf. So we're going to swap the other unit out for this Welf. I'm going to drop these scene cards. I really feel like we could probably do this pretty handily without the scene cards with how many units we've got at our disposal. So we'll remove the scene card here. And the one interesting thing about this is a lot of this comes down to trial and error. I will give them an item just to be on the safe side. And I think using some of my early SR, or maybe we have so many UR items, I might be able to use an SSR item. Let's take a look here. I want some healing. So we're going to go to our skill info. Recovery 500. You know, we could do that. Give him some healing. Let's trade out his assist. Now, let's see if we have a fire assist for him. Remember, we want to keep 3 fire assists for the later fight. So, let's see. Lily's already in use. You could pretty much tell right away who my strongest units are. So, we're going to throw Hephaestus on him. We will then grab probably her. And then... do I want to use Anya or do I want to use Mikoto? And I really feel like I kind of want to upgrade Anya. This Bell's max, so he's really solid. I'm going to bring Mikoto. And I feel pretty confident that Mikoto can handle this whole thing. And I'm going to give her Take. I think that's a really good combo right there. Now, I will throw out a couple of items. And yes... now, Reveria doesn't have an assist, and I still kind of think we'll be okay. We'll see. We'll see. So, ooh, 100% special move gauge accumulation. That might help. Let's go ahead and give her that. And then for Mikoto, we can give her this katana. An SR katana? Yeah, I think that... an SSR katana, I think that might even be overkill. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to play it by ear. Now, the one thing you kind of do want to play around with here is you really do want to make sure that when you beat these first few levels that you're just kind of on the ragged edge. Like, you don't want to soundly trounce this event. Because if you beat this and it was... not hard, if it was just a breeze, if everyone was sailing through this, you need to take some items off and try it again. Don't be bashful about failure. Because if you're kind of like we did with that first bell, it was a sketchy run. But everything I don't use here is saved for later. Now, if you use too many items, great. You can rerun the event and you can take those items off. So like all the items I put on them, if I decide I want to use them later and they beat this with just, I mean, clear and apparent abandon, then what I can do is I can go back in here and, you know, take Reveria off. She's not doing a whole lot. They could probably do it without her. Take the items off, because we clearly are full of health right now. Now, in fairness, they got 2 bosses to handle here, and Reveria did... ooh, even Welf just kicked it. Oh, man. That was truly unfortunate. I'm going to be honest. I don't think Mikoto can do this by herself. Let's let her cook. She's got a minute. You know, you never know. She's a pretty good unit, and she's level 70. Oh, no. She's done. She's done. All right, so we're going to back out, and we'll go ahead and just do some minor upgrades to the team. So, I kind of feel like for the final fight, since it's the second to last fight, I really want the 2 bells and Anya. So let's go back in here. Let's throw some just questionable scene cards on this fight. I like the team, but I've got choices to make. So we need some healing items. Let's see. Yeah, we'll start with some scene cards. And we're going to go down here probably to our SRs, because I've got some SRs we can throw on here. She needs... She probably, honestly, since she's herself, She probably needs a stamina increase, so we can throw some stamina increases on here. Endurance, there we go. Endurance and stamina. We could throw some strength scene cards. We're going to go back down here. In fact, we can sort and filter out just the SRs and below. There we go. So stamina and shield, perfect. And that'll kind of let her get a little further into the fight. I don't think she's going to be a linchpin unit by any stretch of the imagination. But Welf is an attack. Yeah, he is an attack type. So we can go ahead and give him some strength. Let's see, damage increase 1%. I don't think that's going to be terribly... Ooh. We could do some critical rate. I don't want to go into the SSRs yet. Now, this might be an overbuild. This might be an overbuild. So shield, I don't think we need that yet. We'll do some strength increases. And we'll do... I don't think we're going to be doing too many special moves or magic. Let's see. Probably want a little bit more strength for her. So there's dex and critical rate. We can do that. Some critical rate on her would be nice. That'll just basically wipe units out a little bit faster. Action skill damage, stamina and shield. Just give her a little bit more. Make her a little bit hardier. I still want some strength increases though. So I don't think the single digit stuff is worthwhile personally. Feel free to disagree with me in the comments. That is what it is. You know what? Because those don't really do a lot. Let's do some special move damage and see if that helps her out. And then Welf can do... He can stand for another critical rate increase, I guess. There we go. Dex and critical. So we're still not using too many really hardcore items yet. We'll see. We'll see. So my biggest concern here is Riveria and getting her to the final fight and letting the other two do their thing. You know, the fire team is good, but we are lacking a few kind of linchpin units. So, you know, already I see a vast improvement. There we go. All right. Ooh, Welf already broke the shield over there. Someone go attack the ant, please. No? Okay, fine. Orc King's going down, so we did our job there. Now, remember I said earlier, you do kind of want to be on the ragged edge because you want to save as many units as you can for the later fights. I mean, I know we only threw some trash scene cards on here, but the fact that they are basically just giving this event the works is kind of making me second guess my choices here, but we'll see what happens. Now, if it turns out that I do need one of these other units for later on, or I need some of the scene cards or whatever, I can always go back and rerun this. Obviously, I know I can take some scene cards off, throw some more stuff on there, but being that I do have 3 absolutely solid units for the final run, I think we'll be okay. But I know we'll find out. We'll run through the later floors on the next one. So for now, make sure you guys subscribe to stay up to date, and I'll see you guys again real soon.